We are here at this calmer place at the Sugar River. This is actually a drainage spillway that flows eventually, but right now it's kind of dry. So we are going to, there's people paddling here, but we're going to try to fish here and see what we can get because this looks somewhat promising. Cast! Yeah, I know. Oh, finally got one. Ooh, nice. Nice. Little blue, I think this is a bluegill. Yeah? Yeah, it's a bluegill with a small mouth. Oh, got myself a bluegill. Just look at that. A bluegill. Got my first bluegill. This thing actually spiked me with the fins. Oh, it's gone now. Because their mouths are very small. Tug. Oh, got another one, another bluegill. These are tiny little suckers. This one might have swallowed the damn hook. Oh, great and wise fisherman, please do not toss me in the center of the river where the bass will eat me. Sorry, bluegill. Oh, flipped out. That fish got lucky. You know, the only reason I'm not using the curly tail grub is I know they're bluegill here. And because they're bluegill here, the mouths are so excessively small that they would not be able to bite anything else but the smallest hook. This one's a little bigger, but it's another bluegill. So this is a bluegill colony here. Bluegill colony, check that out. Barely hooked on the mouth, a bluegill colony. Check that out. An awesome little bluegill. This is Aaron Rodgers to whoever is receiving. Hot! Oh, touchdown! Just in case you're wondering, I do not actually do that to throw a larger fish like that back into the water. With larger fish, I just generally kind of drop them back into the water. Smaller fish, it's like smaller bluegills like that, whatever. There's like hundreds of them in the water. So I don't mind doing that every once in a while. Can't really fish with a curly tail grub because they're all bluegill and bluegill's mouth is really small. So you want to use the 12 hook. You really want to use the 12 hook with a bluegill. Oh, got one. Yes. Stealthy like the ninja. Strikes again. Stealthy like the ninja. Strikes again. Check out, oh, that fish. Got water in my eye. Yo, you're not getting away, fish. You're not getting away. Lucky that we're not in a place where I would use you as bait. All right, 3 seconds left. Giannis, he's got the fish. He's got the ball, I mean. 3, 2, 1. Oh, 3 points. We are at Belleville. The park is over there. The river is right here. And that's what we're gonna fish, the Sugar River at Belleville. We're gonna fish several sections of this river and see if we can catch any fish or larger fish. Section 2, Belleville. This is a place where I catch live bait. Also, if you want your kids to actually catch a fish, this is probably the best place to do it. They're almost guaranteed. Just use a 12 hook and like a piece of a worm or that purple pink grubby thingy. And let's toss out. Oh, there we go already. Usually I would use this as bait, but we're gonna go to other sections of the pond, and I might use one of these as live bait later because these are perfect live bait for bass or maybe even pike. Another great place for your kids to fish is this like little pool over here. Just a little bit, it's kind of like the spillway where the lake actually drains into the river. but there are little fish in there. It's a little harder to catch one than out there, but it shouldn't be all that challenging. It's kind of like a secluded place, so kids actually might have fun here. I'm gonna just cast in and see if I can get one. Oh, this one's on, this one's on. See? See? Very, 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 very good. Very good little sunfish. It's a green sunfish. I think I should have used a bigger. It's a green sunfish. It's a, should have used a bigger hook. It's a green sunfish. Should have used a bigger hook for this because these sunfish have significantly bigger mouths than the bluegill I was catching earlier. So I was using the bluegill strategy to catch sunfish. Should have used a bigger hook, probably just a jig. Now, these sunfish won't grow very much in this pool, so for the sake of this sunfish, we must launch this sunfish into the lake so it can grow bigger. Goodbye, sunfish. All right, since we're about done fishing for bait fish, let's try to catch something more respectable. You want to look for these calm water areas here. Toss this thing in and see if I can get anything. Oh, there's something there. Oh, it's another crappy little fish. It's another crappy little fish. Man, when am I gonna stop catching crappy little fish? Look at that. This is actually, I think this is like a small baby of something. I don't think it's one of the sunfish. But either way, crappy little fish. Oh, legendary fisherman, please do not throw me into the middle of the current with our big pike wanting to eat me. Too bad, fish. Life's tough. See ya, fish. Oh, nice splash there. Right, we are standing on the rock overlooking the river. Some rocks and a deep pit here. See what this minnow thing can do. The mimic minnow. Oh, God. Oh, he took the minnow. What the heck was that? He freaking took the minnow. Okay, he's in that hole. There, another one of these. Another one of these. I knew he was in there. I knew he was in there. All right, backing out in the current you go. Well, we actually are here on the other side of the Sugar River. And look, we already got a fish on the line. I actually turned the camera on while the fish was on the line. And it is a largemouth bass. It's not a huge largemouth bass, but a largemouth bass nonetheless. Largemouth bass nonetheless. It's a pretty decent bass actually. Bigger than the ones I've caught recently. But alright, let's sling the slack water. This area has been completely disappointing so far. Oh God, it's not disappointing anymore. This is a big one. Oh yeah, baby. This is a largemouth bass. Largemouth bass. Not disappointing anymore. Not disappointing anymore. Maybe the biggest one of the day, actually. Maybe the biggest one of the day. 0.84 pounds. Not quite a pound, but pretty good still. See you, bass. Not bad, a largemouth. A largemouth. Still have the bait, too. Alright, let's try that again. Hoping for like more of a monster fish in here. Not that disappointing anymore. Not that disappointed anymore. Got a largemouth bass here. Oh, got another one. Oh, but that was smaller, so it came off. Oh, this is destroying my bait though. All right, closer to the dam. I've never actually had much luck fishing next to the dam. Oh, that was a take. Definite fish. Definite fish there. And that wasn't a small one either. It's not one of those uber crappy ones. Okay, there was more than one fish take. Oh, got one, got one, got one, got one. Oh, it's a largemouth bass. Bass are biting. The bass are definitely biting today. This is a small one though. It's a small one, it's a small one. But it is a largemouth bass. Oh, there you go, fish. Flop back into the water. Largemouth bass. All right, let's try this again. Just standing on these two unstable rocks that could lead me to my doom. Cast. Oh, sunfish. Hooked him by the gill. Hooked him by the gill. That's no good. Stop struggling, little fish. Gotta get you out. Gotta get you out. Happy going, fish. There's this little calm belt channel right here. You don't think there'd be any fish in this little area, but you just might be surprised. You just might be surprised. Very, very surprised indeed. I'm gonna cast over here, the other side. There's always something hiding back here. I think I've got a tug. Think I've got a tug? Oh, there we go, there we go. Told you there is a fish there, and it's a largemouth bass. Always, never disappoint. I am circling the steep hill on this mosquito-laden area, circling this rock. Oh, I got a bass, got a bass. That is the art of circling a rock for bass. Always, never fails to impress. Never, ever fails to impress. It's not working as well as yesterday. Yesterday we got several bites here. Today we just get, oh, that was a fish. That was a fish. I thought that was a snag, but that was indeed a fish. Just keep casting out there. That was indeed a fish. I thought that was a snag, but that was indeed a fish. Oh, got one, got one, got one. Oh, yeah. A bass. A bass. Another small little bass. Another small little bass. A little, oh geez. Another small bass. Look at that. Brother bass, you must grow bigger. I hate to say it, but I think we're gonna have to end on that disappointing bass. Might have found more access points on the river though. So tomorrow we will be back. This will be a 3-day fishing Sugar River adventure type video, and we will catch that monster bass or that monster fish, bass, fish, whatever. We'll catch a fish. Before we head off to Belleville, we're going to stop near Paoli at this Falkwell Sugar River wildlife area. Another angler told me about this, so I'm going to check it out. I think it's mainly trout, but since I'm gonna fish for basically bass and bluegill and whatever, might as well check it out. I've always been interested in checking out new sections of the river. I can see the river's down there, so there's a lot easier access, much easier access than other versions. The bridge is over there. We're gonna go down there first to check out to see if there's any like small pools of like non-running water. It looks like there's a little inlet right here. And I love fishing these little inlets because these little inlets a lot of times have fish because they are calm swells. You can see that the part of the river here is actually pretty deep right here, and the main current's all the way out there. So this inlet here is actually pretty calm. So we're gonna just toss something in the water and see if we can get any fish bites. I wanna toss out that way and just let it kind of drift this way. That's a good cast. All right, switched out the minnow for this little piece of pink worm. You can see that I've switched out the minnow for this little worm here. And let's actually cast this out straight along the dead water and see if we can get anything. See if I can pull anything up. Looking for really small sunfish now. But this water seems to be very, very unproductive. Which is very weird for a river like this. Oh, no, I got one. Okay, so there are bluegill. There are bluegill in this water. No wonder they couldn't bite the damn minnow. The minnow's way too big for them to bite. See if there's anything else in this water. There's only bluegill in this water. We got to move on to the park because bluegills are not exciting to catch for 2 hours. Nice little bluegill there. See ya. Sling out there. We're definitely changing baits when we get to the other area. Oh, this is definitely, it looks like this is a bigger, this is a creek chub. Got myself a creek chub. Interesting. Slightly bigger than the bluegill. It's a long, thin fish rather than like the bluegill thing. And it doesn't fight nearly as much. At least not this one. And check that out. It's a nice little creek chub there. See ya, creek chub. Well, that was kind of disappointing. All that time fishing, nothing but one creek chub and one bluegill. But let's head to Sugar River Park, where hopefully there's some much bigger quarry waiting for me. Looking for at least a bass or a pike. We are here at Sugar River Park. I'm walking towards one of the two fishing areas. The other fishing area is annoying because it's all the way the other way around. But we're gonna fish off Sugar River here. And you're gonna see this is gonna be a remote place. There's no one else here at Sugar River Park, but this is kind of like the industrial park of Belleville. And there's a couple of good access points that I scouted out yesterday. And we're gonna see if we can catch some big fish here. We've attached the minnow bait back on because I know that works for big fish much better than the worm bait or the small worm bait. All right, let's cast out here. This is a very calm part of the river. No rapids or anything, so fish could live here pretty easily. Tossed a couple of times now, but so far I haven't gotten anything. Using the mimic minnow bait, the little fish bait, and I know like really small sunfish will not bite this bait. Like slightly bigger sunfish and any kind of bass I know will actually bite this bait. All right, that was fruitless. Let's move to the other side of the bridge. See if there's anything there that will actually take the bait. Right now, this side doesn't seem to be biting very well. Ouch, 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 ouch. Let's actually try under the bridge first. There's a lot of good rock structure here. And rock structure usually means both fish and unfortunately snags. So hopefully I can get a fish before I get a snag. And I guess the water is a little shallow here. Might be the reason that I'm not seeing any fishes here. Definitely could be the reason. You can tell there's been other people fishing here. Probably not very successful. Oh! Got one. Oh, this is a good size bass. Good size bass. I don't think it's a largemouth. It looks like it's a striped or spotted bass. Check that out. Check that out. Not a bad bass. Not a bad bass. Check that out. Check that out. Not a bad bass. We are at Albany right now. The other couple of places kind of just struck out. One of them, the other one at Belleville, was actually closed. And the other park I tried sucked. So we're going to try to recover for this at Albany. We're going to fish along this rocky part of the creek right here. Oh, I think we got one. We got one. Don't know what this is. It's a bass. It's a small one. I think it's a rock bass just by looking at the red eyes. Pretty sure it's a rock bass, actually. Little crappy rock bass. A little bit bigger than the other panfish I've caught, but nonetheless, still a crappy little rock bass. Let me just try to get him off the hook now and set him on his way. We got a rock bass here at Albany. Well, you know what? At least we got something. Better than nothing. Didn't get skunked. Well, we are here at dusk on the other side of Belleville Community Park. 3 days of fishing on the Sugar River. Caught a couple of dozen fish and a mini, which you've seen in this video. But we didn't catch that giant fish that I was looking for. Several fish around a pound maybe. You know, we got I think like a smallmouth, several largemouths, a lot of sunfish, small ones, and even a rock bass or two, and probably a bullhead somewhere in there as well. But we did not catch that big fish that I'm looking for. Hopefully on the next fishing adventure, I can catch that big fish. But hey, at least we caught a lot of stuff, had a lot of fun, and I'll be fishing on the Sugar River throughout the summer, so maybe we will catch that fish, that big pike, the muskie even, or even that giant bass. Signing off from Belleville. I'll see you next time.